Hey, I've never seen a time in my life where communism or socialism or however you want to package it is promoted in the United States of America. Ever. When I was in school, when I was in elementary, all my entire life, I always heard people would be like, "Commie, go home," like Dale Gribble on King of the Hill. "Commie, go home." That's the way it was. Boy, how dare you say that word in America? That's the way it was. That's the way. That's the way we think. That's the way it's always. And really, technically, it only makes sense. Communism is a dictatorship. You know why they want communism in America? Because then we lose all of our rights. Then we suddenly have no right to say yes or no. We don't really have any rights to begin with, but we sure enough won't if they do that. If they have communism in America, we will lose every right that we even remotely have, that we even barely have, as it is. Our rights have dwindled. Pardon me. Our rights have dwindled over the many years, especially in the past 10 years. But I assure you that if we go in this direction, our rights sure enough will dwindle. They're already talking about globalism again, connection, the one world government, belief, one world belief. They're already talking about removing rights in that form and way. Have you seen how many rights people have in Asia, in China? People literally jump off of buildings because they have to work so hard. And they have nets to catch them outside of the Apple companies in China. I saw a documentary on PBS about that. So did my mama. It wasn't fought so hard for freedom just so it could be taken away this easily. I mean, it's just sad. The reason why communism is wanted or socialism is wanted in the United States is because it gives over control of the people and they don't even realize what they're doing. And how did lives become about that? BLM then became dim. And then the dim, you supported blue when you supported BLM. And then it became supporting Bernie, which then supported socialism. And somehow or other, when you immediately don't support it, you're racist. Folks, this is really, it's just so obvious. Such an agenda, such a plan. You bring in that type of leadership into the United States of America and you immediately remove all fundamental freedoms that are left of the citizens of the United States. And it brings in a dictatorship with unlimited power on one individual and strengthens globalism, enabling one powerful leader, a dictator. You don't want that. And that's what they want. And that's what they're bringing. Someone they can control from behind the scenes and yet is in total control. Then we lose all rights. That's what that would bring. And that's why they support it. And I can't believe people are so blind that they just follow it. Alright, peace, signing out. Plus the cashless society's coming in too. They're pushing that in. See? Look what else they're pushing. Going cashless. Because of the virus. Look at all of these articles supporting cashless societies. Except for Walmart going online, but that's still going toward that. Some places even saying this: we do not accept cash, but all other forms of payment are fine. But it's really going to affect the poor people. It's going to affect those like us. And I explained why in another video. They keep talking about the contactless smart card, and I'm starting to see this in more places. But what's next? He causeth all to receive, and you can't buy or sell without it. That's what's coming next. But anyway, check that out. That's what they want. Pay, send payment, transactions, card, phone, watch. I mean, wireless card, touchless card, phone, watch. That's what they want. This is what they're pushing right now, right here. This is what they're pushing in the news media. And they used the virus for all of this. Every bit of it. Really sad, actually. Now, as long as they don't go one step further and put it inside of you, maybe okay. But if they go a step further and put it inside you, I say no. But then if they go to socialism or communism, and then they take away your fundamental rights, freedoms of decision, then you can't say no on a vaccine. You can't say no on a microchip. You can't say no on a cashless society. You can't vote on anything. You can't say no on anything. You just have to go along with what the communist or socialist government says. It sounds too good to be true. If it sounds too good to be true, and if it does, then it likely is. They think everyone's going to be kumbaya and getting along, and you've seen what happened in these cities where they let people try to rule themselves. It was sad that happened, that people can't just come together and be in peace, but nope. The bad people took over, and lots of deaths and murder took place. Chaz, then Chop, then back to Chaz. Death. That's what happened, death. But in a socialist or communist society, now socialism, they claim, is supposed to be everyone gets equal opportunity and everyone gets treated equally, but I don't believe that's the way it'll be. Look at what happened in those zones the lawless zones that they claimed they would have done better without government. Look what happened. Bad people took over and did bad things like worse than the Wild Wild West. And then they start promoting this, but if we don't have any rights to say yes or no on something in a communist society, they could push this on us and we would have no right to say yes or no. Then a world leader would kick in, but just think about it. That's another thing. Why do people now blindlessly support communism and cashless society? But that's what's happening. Peace. Signing out. My links are below if you would like to show support. Can't do this without you.